What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slash here, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
Hella Depraved.
Yes, we are.
We're back with the next to last.
Second to last song.
Yeah, Sa-Roc from Sharecropper's Daughter.
There's like a series of 5 songs that we covered all of as they were being released.
Right. So
or gone back and
if
done.
you search for them, they will be there. It's just
except for
not gonna
one. One of them
happen
we did during a live, which is why we're not.
Right, but it's they're there. They're not going to be in consecutive order. So we've got this one and then the very last one on the album. And we're done with this album. That does not mean we're done with Sa-Roc. She has dropped some other stuff recently. Plus, Depraved has not heard previous works. So we've still got stuff to cover.
True.
But for me,
it means she'll finally be able to listen to this whole album.
Whole album. Thank God. Because, with life and shit, it has taken way longer than I really wanted to cover an album that came out in October.
Right.
Yeah. So, Sa-Roc featuring Chronixx with Dark Horse.
Yep.
Next on our little adventure.
So, we're going to react to this as if you guys have already heard it. If you've not heard it, please click the link in the description below. Hop on over. Watch the video. Leave a like. Leave a sub. Leave a comment. Let Sa-Roc know we sent you. And then come on back. And we say that because we are a breakdown channel. We're going to be pausing to break down the bars. We've kind of been doing it in like a 8-bar set format.
Right. I do have the lyrics pulled up because it's Sa-Roc. We'll go back over, make sure we heard the lyrics correctly, and discuss what we know.
Yep. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to react, or we're going to slash this up and break it down. This is Sa-Roc featuring Chronixx with
Dark Horse.
I wonder if there's going to be any comic references.
Yeah, I don't need...
Like, if we find out Sa-Roc's a secret nerd...
Like, okay, if it's Dark Horse, the comic book, graphic novel distributor, great. If it's Dark Horse, the Katy Perry song...
Shoot me.
She can fuck off, yeah. Like, I'm sorry, I love Sa-Roc to death, but, like, unless it's in comedic reference to it.
She can fuck off, as in Katy Perry, not Sa-Roc.
Yeah.
The way you worded that, I'm just like, you just...
Whoops!
Pissed a whole bunch of people off.
No.
Alright, so, let's get it.
That's fun.
This is more than just a portrait of my cerebral cortex. It's a mural of my devotion. Took a couple years to develop my instinct. Now I'm hunting every sin, leave the carcass at your doorstep. They give me an inch, bet I'm taking 40 acres for my kingdom and tell them it was a cinch like a corset. Funny part is the same people died on my drive, headed for my lane. Ain't that shit ironic, Mrs. Morrison? They don't.
Oh no!
And isn't it ironic?
Yeah, you're right. Don't you think?
Don't you think?
Okay.
A little too ironic.
And none of it was irony, ironically.
I really do think.
This is more than just a portrait of my cerebral cortex. So, it's more than just what's going on in my brain. This is a mural of my devotion. Took a couple years to develop my instinct. Now I hunt down every synth, leave the carcass at your doorstep. Very much cat-like. Very much. Look what I brought you. Look what I brought you. Synth being... music chords.
Right.
They give me an inch, but I'm taking 40 acres for my kingdom. That's the 40 acres and a mule that were promised at the end of, or the abolition of slavery. And tell them it was a cinch like a corset. So you cinch a corset to tighten it. That's what it's called.
Yeah. I have no clue. That bar didn't make sense.
Yeah, so you see, again, it's mostly used in terms of like tightening a corset, but to cinch something is to tighten it. But cinch can also mean like it was super simple.
Right.
It was like no problem whatsoever. Funny part is the same people doubted my drive, headed for my lane. Ain't that shit ironic, Mrs. Morissette? So obviously Alanis Morissette.
It's like rain.
Right. And she uses the word like, isn't it funny? And she says funny part. And of course, some people doubted her drive, like her ability to keep going in the game, but headed for my lane. So these people were trying to take over from her lane, driving lane.
There was also
That's
a drive.
great.
There was also a drive bar in
Ironic.
I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah. There is. It'll come to me eventually.
Probably like halfway through this next part.
Right?
But it's the same people that on my drive heading for my lane. Ain't that shit ironic, Mrs. Morrison? They don't know I've been through it. Probably want my influence hit them hard, leave them struggling with the emotions. And if every tear I cried was measured or verified, y'all would be treading water in my azure oceans. So I chop and portion these tumultuous memories in the sound bites, so y'all consider and digest every morsel. I want every gem I drop to engage them, so I act y'all consider the submission a proposal. I've been back.
All right. They don't know I've been through it. Probably why my influence hit them hard, leave them struggling with the emotions. Again, she's actually referenced this a couple times. This is kind of her. This album has been a way of her coming out and letting people know what she's been through.
Right. Her history, her upbringing, her ancestors' upbringing. Yeah.
Right.
And if every tear I've cried was measured or verified, y'all would be treading water in my azure oceans. So
Right.
she's cried a lot. Like, there's been enough that she could drown out the world.
So I chop and portion these tumultuous memoirs into sound bites, so y'all can sit and digest every morsel. So that's in reference to like chopping food into morsels,
Right.
or portions,
Right.
small portions.
Making it easy to digest.
Making
yeah.
it easy to digest.
But they're tumultuous sound bites, so they're trauma-based lyrics.
Right. And I want every gem I drop to engage them, so I ask y'all, consider this submission a proposal.
She wants her music to be engaging for people to identify with it, but
Engage
you
proposal.
get engaged with a proposal. Yeah, so nice. Okay.
Bars!
My drop to engage them, so I act y'all consider the submission a proposal.
I've been banging on these doors, I'm about to kick them down. We've been trotting on this long and lonely road. Been so long, it's time I finally get my victory now. Oh no, they can't deny my strength no more. Oh no, no.
Just like my
Nice.
It's a nice little chorus.
Definitely a nice little sound change to
Right.
it, you know.
It's almost got a reggae sound to it.
It does.
Her
It
voice
does.
does.
I like it. You know, just basically like I've been doing this for a while, but now I'm like forcing my way in, and y'all need to take me seriously at this point.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh no, they can't deny my strength no more. Oh no, no.
It's like my confessional, the way I release these feelings. I don't trust a lot of folk, and they only preach as killers. Maybe I'm a bit elitist, but my ink is peerless. Want my thesis chiseled on the stone reliefs in Venice. My goodness, I'm a real strong contender in this. They tried to count me out, but I'm the sum of all fears, extenders endless. Family members got their freedom through amendments in this industry. Stood out in my constitution for penitence.
Woo!
Jesus. I like the beat switch there too. Like, it left a lot more open pauses for her to just carry through with her flow.
Right.
This, like my confessional, the way I release these feelings. I don't trust a lot of folk, and the only priest is killers. So you confess to a priest in a confessional. That's a very Catholic thing.
Right.
And that's considered releasing your feelings. But she's saying that rapping, the hip-hop game, is like a confessional. And priests can't be trusted.
Nope.
So maybe I'm a bit elitist, but my ink is peerless. So she considers the way that she is writing truth and is better. Like, she is better than a lot of people.
Right.
Want my thesis chiseled onto stone reliefs in Venice. My goodness. So they used to, bas reliefs and stone carvings and stuff were memorials of people's artistic talent.
Right.
And a lot of them are in Venice. A lot of them. I'm a real strong contender in this. They tried to count me out, but I'm the sum of all fears. Extent is endless. So...
Kind of a sports reference. I'm a real strong contender in this. A lot of times, I mean, in most sports, anytime your opposition is considered a contender.
Right.
But it's also more commonly used in boxing.
Right.
And being counted out is a knockout.
Right.
So.
But it's also in reference to the rap game, and like she is a force to be reckoned with, and don't discount her just because she doesn't look like much or for whatever reason you would. I'm the sum of all fears. All of the trauma, all the shit she's gone through, like, makes her stronger. Extent is endless. She's just continually evolving, has much knowledge to drop.
Right.
Oh, and family members got their freedom through amendments. In this industry, still doubting my constitution for pen descendants. So, Constitution has amendments which freed slaves, which were her ancestors, her family members. But the industry, being the music industry, is still doubting if her mental capability is strong enough, your mental constitution, physical constitution, your build is strong enough for pen ascendance. So to take her pen to the next level, to write her lyrics at the next level. Yeah.
Right.
I'm a real strong contender in this. They tried to count me out, but I'm the sum of all fears. Extend is endless. Family members got their freedom through amendments in this industry. Still down my constitution for pen sentence. What a shock, got a gift, out of gap, and my neck for the glyphs. Got them grit, in the bag, just relax. No dick, shit of tips, all the cash, spit the hacks, on the wax. Get my fix for the grab. Every strand of my DNA branded champion. Call it vanity, all of my candidates handsome. Indie man, cause I made all my tragedies anthems. Put the plan in the motion and vanish, phantom.
Damn, I really liked that flow switch.
Me too. What a shock. Got a gift of the gab, and my knack for the glyphs got him gripping the bag. So, gift of gab is just the gift to be able to talk.
Right. And talk well,
and
like silver-tongued speech.
Right. And my knack for the glyphs got him gripping the bag was, so glyphs being like hieroglyphs.
Right.
Going back to a lot of the stuff she's rapped about on this album has been
Ancestors.
Egyptian royalty.
Right.
And
And gripping the bag in reference to...
And I also think, and my knack for glyphs got him gripping the bag is also in reference that, like, so a lot of people don't really, and I could be reaching here, but a lot of people don't really understand ancient hieroglyphs.
True.
Without having a book to compare it to.
True.
So I also think she might be saying, like, my knack for the glyphs, as in, like, she speaks in a way that people just don't understand.
Right, or aren't ready to comprehend. Right.
Right. Just relax, no addiction to chips or the cash. Spit a hex on the wax to get my fix from the craft.
I think that's hilarious.
Right, so a lot of Wiccan references there.
Or, yeah, witchy bars just in general. I wouldn't think one way or another, but yeah.
The Craft being a movie.
Well, it is a movie, but The Craft just being practicing Wiccan or witchcraft, whichever version you do. And a hex is normally
A curse.
a spell that is a curse of someone, and sometimes spit is included in that, but she's talking about spitting on the beat, actually.
And also the hex on the wax also being candle. Candles are often used in
witchcraft
rituals.
Right, but wax is also in reference to, was it vinyls?
Vinyl records.
Yeah. So she's spitting her spell, which is her lyrics, on to vinyl records, where it's fixed.
Right.
Every
strand of my DNA... You just screwed me up, baby. Every strand... She scrolled. I was mid-read.
Sorry.
Every strand of my DNA branded champion. Call it vanity. All of my candids handsome. I love that line.
That's great.
So every strand of her DNA branded champion. So she's saying she's basically a thoroughbred.
Yeah, exactly. Referencing, like, the genetics used in breeding.
Right. And then the vanity and candid's handsome. So a candid photo is, what is the...
It's a still frame photo of just a single person.
Right.
So it's but it's also not posed. It means that it was taken in the moment. And she's saying that it doesn't matter what you catch me doing.
Right.
All of my candid shots, all of the shots where I'm not posed, wearing makeup, professionally photographed, I still look good.
In demand because I made all of my tragedies anthems. It's one of the things, honestly, and this is just me being truthful, that gets easier as you get older, is taking the bad things that happen in life, and then turning them into positives.
Right. Whether that's your sense of humor,
Right.
if it comes out in your artistic talent, like your lyrics, your paintings.
And don't get it twisted. A lot of people, for whatever reason, don't ever get to the point where they can do that.
Which, you know.
And honestly, that's a reflection of her strength.
It is.
Is being able to take negatives and turning them into anthems that honestly can help other people.
Exactly.
Get through similar situations.
Exactly.
Put the plan into motion and vanished. Phantom. Because phantoms are ghosts and they disappear.
Right.
And she also said, I put a plan into motion and I'm out.
Yeah.
Time to go conquer.
I got shit to do.
Hanging on these doors, I'm about to kick them down. Trotting on this long and lonely road. So long it's time I finally get my victory now. Oh no, they can't deny my strength no more. Oh no.
I never lied, I'm a certified god of this. Try refute it, verse immaculate regardless. In every audio release, I'm emitting his ear piercing. Send my point of view straight through your cartilage. My boss is cartilage, temple of Chronixx bill. Your faves could never, they don't have the stones to spar with sis. They used the verses about the cat. Well, I'm a spawn of Black Panthers. Rip through any track, leave every letter scarlet. Ashanti Gold Coast.
God. Pack it in. Pack it all in. I never lied. I'm a certified god of this. Try and refute it, verse immaculate regardless. So, Immaculate Conception, but she's saying that her verse is on point. It's never faulty, and that's what makes her a god of the rap game.
I also think it's a play on words, because she
is.
says try and refute it, verse immaculate regardless. When two people are going against each other, it's usually verses. Somebody versus something. So I think she's also saying try and refute it, like say what you say, verse immaculate regardless.
Right. And every audio release I'm emitting is ear piercing. So you pierce your ears, but also you call something ear piercing when
it's loud, usually.
You normally send my point of view straight through your cartilage. So again, you're piercing your ear when you pierce your cartilage. But it means that it's going straight through your skull into your brain. My bars is Carter Rich.
Pick a Carter. Wayne or
Jimmy.
Jay-Z.
Jimmy Carter, too, is worth like 10 mil. They're all, Temple.
I think she's definitely referencing Jay there, though, because Jay is a billionaire. I think a billionaire at this point.
Okay. I mean, like...
I could be wrong.
They're crazy rich. Temple of Karnak built. The Temple of Karnak is, I think, the second, third, somewhere around there, most visited historic Egyptian site versus the
Sphinx, probably.
Well, it's the pyramids. But it is the largest, which is what she's talking about. Temple of Karnak built. Your faves could never. They don't have the stones to spar with, sis. So the Temple of Karnak was built out of stone. And it is the largest historic site that so far has been uncovered. So it's huge. Has been reused by multiple religions, so on and so forth. But it was a major place. And also stones to spar with, like... You throw stones at one another when you're... I mean, it's a... Has happened is also a figure of speech when you're going back and forth. They used to verses about the cat, so they're used to verses about the pussy. Well, I'm the spawn of Black Panthers, Rip. So, you want to talk about pussycats in the sexual terms. I'm not going to do that. I'm, Black Panther, strong. I'm a warrior. I'm an ancestor, descendant of. Rip through any track, leave every letter scarlet. So yeah, Panthers have claws. Rip through every track, leave every letter scarlet. So the scarlet letter was a mark of. I mean, it's a whole book, but that was a mark of adultery. I'm pretty sure that's not what she's referencing, but bloody for sure.
Right.
Okay.
Cat, well, I'm a spawn of Black Panthers, rip through any track, leave every letter scarlet. Ashanti Gold Coast embedded in my scrolls, broken English, a residue of transatlantic cargo ships. Got a dark past, will never see the light, cause they down and crucify me for a modern day Ascarius. Compromise that in the card, they draw me the blank, cause I'm so cutting edge, and all these impostors of the brain. My vision changed my career, may cost you yours in the blank, cause I'm the rock last one from out the warrior rank. I've been
Right.
Ashanti Gold Coast embedded in my scrolls.
Ashanti is was a jurisdiction the Gold Coast, the west coast of Africa, that is now Ghana, but it was one of the jurisdictions.
I was gonna say the only Ashanti I know rocked boats.
Right.
So.
Singer. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it was actually part of the Gold Coast, is what it was called, because that was one of the major exports that the people were mining it for. Pepper and some other things. But yeah.
Broken English, the residue of transatlantic cargo ships. I believe that's in reference to slave ships.
It is, yeah.
Got a dark past that won't ever see the light, because they down to crucify me for modern day Iscariots. I don't know who Iscariot is.
Judas Iscariot.
Oh, Judas.
So, yeah, Judas was the betrayer of Christ, which led to him being crucified.
Right.
Dark past being, all the
Why do I
trauma
always
she suffered.
never remember his last name? Because you always just hear, like, the kiss of Judas. And
That's probably why. But I've heard Iscariot so many times at this point. I also wanted to point out the Ashanti Gold Coast embedded in my scrolls. So I'm pretty sure she's referring to, like, what she's writing on paper lyrically, but also her DNA being the scrolls, like the double helix pattern and so on and so forth. It's your coding. So yeah.
where was I?
Compromise not in the cards. They drawing a blank.
Compromise not in the cards. They're drawing a blank. So that's honestly reference to. So the term "not in the cards" is typically a reference to tarot.
Mm-hmm.
Or tarot.
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 Yeah.
It's spelled tarot. That's how I'm pronouncing it.
Tarot. But it just means it's not in your fate. It's not in your future. Like, it's just, yeah.
Right.
They're drawing a blank, but that also means, like,
They're not. They
they
can't
just
think
can't
of
see
anything.
it. They just can't see it. Yeah, your mind is blank, and compromise for her, it's never going to happen. She's going to be truthful and the way she is, and that's that.
Because I'm so cutting edge and all these imposters on the brink. My vision changed my career, may cost you yours in a blink. Reference to, like, that's a double in terms of her vision changed her career.
Right.
And may cost you yours in a blink, saying her being who she is may cost you your career.
Right.
And blink is also vision.
You blink.
You blink.
But yeah, so her vision, her idea, her goal for her future is so set on one path and is so truthful that if you're not careful, you could lose your career. You know, if you come against her, or if you're not playing the truthful, honest game, you know.
And she says, because I'm the rock last born from out the warrior ranks.
And I think that's, you know, referring back to, like, the Black Panther ancestors and so on and so forth.
I also think she was referencing, again, Jay-Z earlier, when she said Carter, because his record label is also Rockefeller.
Oh, okay. I mean,
So
that could definitely... All right.
Yeah, we'll get back into the course.
Banging on these doors, I'm about to kick them down. Da, 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 da. Trotting on this long and lonely road. Oh yeah, so long it's time I finally get the rain. East, some retire, we still remain. Yeah, we're rising higher. Build we name, yeah. Call the choir, make we sing the praises to highly high. The king so great, Jah give me life. You can keep the fame. And them hyping up, we no hype with them. Heavy like Khaled, can't deny with strength.
I really liked how that ended. I like that it wasn't just a repeat.
No, that look for you is because we
yeah,
both
I know
said
because
the
we
exact
both yeah
same thing.
exactly we do this all the time. But I like that it changed up.
Right.
You know, and it wasn't a refrain. It wasn't done before the hook was done. A third. It was nice. It was very nice.
I like what they're saying too. Through the fire, through the rain, some retire. We still remain talking about like people come and go, but we're still here.
Yeah.
We're still going. We rising higher, build we name, call the choir.
Make we sing the praises. So yeah, we're gonna keep ascending. We're gonna keep
Building
gaining strength, and yeah, people are gonna start hearing us. Our platform's gonna grow.
To Haley, the king so great.
Jah give me life. You can keep the fame. So, yeah, it's just a praise, and this is life. I don't need the fame necessarily. This is what I need to do with my life. Them hyping up, we not hype with them. So we're not into them. What?
That's saying they're not getting hype with them.
No, and we're not into hyping things up. Is normally like playing it up,
right?
Not being truthful because you're hyping something that doesn't have it for itself. You know.
Right.
Heavy like a lead, can't deny we strength. So they are strong like that core, that foundational core, and lead is heavy. So, you know, we've got roots. Can't deny our strength. I really like this one. I really like the vibe, too. Like, it was great. Now, I will say, this is not a complaint, but this is the second song in a row that she has saved a lot of the heavier referencing to the third verse. She's like, I'm just going to play you along, give you some doubles, it's all going to be nice, and, you know. And then, by the way, third verse, here's your references. All of them.
Right.
All of them.
Again, another fantastic song.
I can't wait so I can...
what has been an almost perfect album.
Yeah, I can't wait until I can just play the whole album through.
One more, baby.
I know.
One more. Whatever will you do?
Listen to it.
I think we might take a month off.
Just in general, like, our brains need...
No, I was just saying so you can't hear that last song.
Oh, you're mean. You see what this...
I wouldn't do that to her. I wouldn't. We've already waited 2 months.
We've really... 2 months?
3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Look, guys.
How quickly did we get through Eminem for you?
I have had a
really long day.
Like 3 weeks.
That's not 4 months.
Yeah, but the last Eminem album took me 2 days.
Yeah, but I wasn't here. And that wasn't 4 months.
Anyways, we had an absolute blast with this one, and I am now super tired.
And so, yeah, she does that too.
Yeah.
Like, we love her, but the first time through is always kind of a mind fuck.
True.
So, you know.
But yeah, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below what did you think of Sa-Roc with Dark Horse featuring Chronixx. Also comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response. You need to switch it so you can stop the video.
I know.
Yeah?
With that being said,
just gonna sit there.
We love you guys. Thank you all for watching.
And
cannot wait to see depraved people later.
Sleep.
And isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Don't you think?